One. Hello, SYNGAP land. This is Mike Graglia, and this is SYNGAP10, your 10-minute weekly update about all things SYNGAP1 related. This is a video that you might be watching on Facebook or YouTube, and it's a podcast. And if you're like, wait, I want to be in the podcast, I never want to miss an episode, SYNGAP.fun/10. Go there, click through, sign up, Apple, Google, Spotify, whatever you use. Thanks for joining me. Let's jump right in. We got a lot to cover. Sprint for SynGAP is tomorrow. Today is Friday, April 23rd. That would make tomorrow Saturday, April 24th, which is Sprint for SynGAP Day. Check out our incredible Sprint for SynGAP bag that runners are going to get, and notice the date, April 24th. I'm really bad at this camera stuff. April 24th. These are really cool bags, by the way. Thank you to the merch team and the design team, Peter, Jen, Lindsay, Callie, Summer, everybody who dreamt this up. This is going to be amazing. By the way, they also sent me this cool prototype hat. Look at the quality of that stitching. I love this hat. I just wish it fit me. No hats actually fit me. Anyway, Sprint for SynGAP is tomorrow. Why am I talking about merch? We've raised $104,000. We've raised $104,000. That's incredible. That's incredible. So tomorrow you're going to see people running on social media. They're going to use hashtag Sprint for SynGAP. I'm going to put that in the little text thing. As you can see, I've got new toys. Got a new camera. I got a little ability to put stuff on the screen. I'm loving this. So hashtag Sprint for SynGAP. Put that out tomorrow when you do your runs. Thank you to Team 9 who ran last weekend, to Aaron who ran some ridiculous amount of distance yesterday, and to Team Mila who's having a party in Boston. If you're in Boston, you got to go hang out. It's going to be outdoor and socially distanced and all that good stuff. But Team Mila is just killing it. I think they've raised almost $40,000. We are so grateful. Also grateful for, speaking of New England, Henry Anderson of the New England Patriots gave us a shout out, which you can find on our social media. Really grateful for him to take the time to do that. As a reminder, there's only 215 families of SynGAP in the U.S. So when Henry Andersons of this world and our friends and our communities reach out and support us, that's when things get done. So grateful for that. Talked about gear. If you want more gear, go to the store. But if you're like, wait, is it still 104,000? Has it gone up yet? I'm glad you asked. SYNGAP.fund/sprint. Check it out. By the way, if you haven't donated yet or started a team, got 24 hours. Let's make it happen. SYNGAP.fund/sprint. All right, let's move on. Where's all this money going? It's 100 grand. It's a lot of money. Not when you're funding science, my friends. So we're in the conference. Speaking of Boston, we're talking to Boston Children's Hospital about doing some work there. We're looking at supporting some EEG biomarker work, which means finding ways to measure SynGAP-related activity in the brain, and also doing some robust analysis on our Ciitizen data. So as you remember, we've worked with this cutting edge company that we started in September. That was like 7 months ago. And we've enrolled over 100 people, and we've gathered all their data and their genetic reports, which by the way, was not simple. And all that data is being standardized and normalized right now. And what that means in English is all the hard work and the collection and the gathering and the annotating is done. And now we're going to hand it to some genius neurologist, postdoctoral fellow, and they're going to analyze it and write a paper. We're like, ooh, that's exciting, Mike, a paper. No, it's really exciting because that paper will be in the literature and will be available for people to use to design trials and for doctors to read to better treat our patients. Remember, we're all here because there's sick people that we love in our lives and we want to help them. That's the whole reason for this exercise, right? And that's why I quit my job. That's why I do this every day, because I want to make sure that in my son's life, the future is as bright as it can be. So this paper that's going to be written on data that we only started collecting 6 months ago will inform clinical care and the creation of clinical trials. And that's going to improve his life and the life of your loved ones with SynGAP. So that's incredibly exciting. And that's, by the way, why we're all doing the Sprint for SynGAP stuff. So we can fund that work at Harvard, by the way. It doesn't really get better than Harvard. So really excited about all of that and excited to tell you more. If you're not in Ciitizen, you're like, wait, that sounds amazing. I want to change the future too. We've been talking about this for a while, guys. But if you have not yet signed up for Ciitizen, go ahead and sign up for Ciitizen. Ciitizen.com/SynGAP1. It's an incredible company, incredible technology, best in class everything, incredible privacy. The person in charge of privacy at Ciitizen was in the Office of Civil Rights under the Obama administration. She basically wrote most of the regulations around HIPAA. Like, this is so HIPAA compliant, it's unfunny. Please join Ciitizen. If you're already in Ciitizen, you know that we're doing our first partnership with a drug company to look at a potential therapeutic for our kids. They're doing some basic surveys right now, seizure, sleep, and behavior, SSB. If you are in Ciitizen and you are part of SSB, just a reminder, we have a cool short link, SYNGAP.fund/ST. Type that in every day, fill in the survey tracker, seizure tracker, and you're good. SYNGAP.fund/ST. So what else did we do for you this week? Why should you keep supporting SRF? What, did we do anything for you this week? Oh boy, did we do stuff for you this week. So first of all, we go to a lot of meetings and make sure people know what SynGAP is. Because remember, we have a crazy rare disease. We have a crazy rare disease. If someone somewhere isn't reminding people that, hey, there's 214 families in the US with SynGAP and we need to be worrying about SynGAP and what are you doing for SynGAP, it's entirely possible that less would be done for SynGAP. So, but we got to use our time wisely, right? So last weekend we went to a Combined Brain meeting. If you don't know what Combined Brain is, it's this incredible collection of 30 top-notch rare disease organizations, which at the risk of sounding immodest, we're a part of, and we're very lucky to be a part of it. They had a meeting last weekend where SRF board members were there and working with our partners. This week we had meetings with the Precision Medicine Coalition and the Every Life Foundation Community Congress. Precision Medicine Coalition is a group of patients and companies that think about precision medicine, not personalized. Like personalized suggests N of one, like we're just going to treat this kid. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about precision. So instead of treating the epilepsy that your kid has because they don't have enough SynGAP, we're trying to figure out how to precisely go into the brain and treat the dearth of SynGAP in the brain. Precision. It's really important stuff. All the regs are different. Everything requires different thinking, and that's why being a part of PMC is really important. Similarly, we attended the Every Life Foundation Community Congress. Every Life Foundation was started by the guy who started Ultragenyx. It's an incredible organization, and they do regulatory and advocacy really well. The person in charge of advocacy at Every Life is Annie Kennedy. I can't say enough amazing things about Annie Kennedy. She's just a rock star. So we're part of Community Congress, and we learned in that meeting a lot more about the STAT Act. I don't have time to go into it right now, but the STAT Act is really important. If you ever hear about it, listen closely. Essentially what they're trying to do is get the FDA to have a center of excellence around rare disease, a couple of other things, but we want the STAT Act to pass. If you're in touch with your legislators or regulators or senators or congresspeople, whatever, talk to them about the STAT Act. Tell them it's a good thing. If you're curious, Google it or call me. And then on Monday, we're having a meeting of the Rare Epilepsy Network, which is, as the name suggests, a bunch of rare epilepsy orgs. But again, we're trying to work smart. We're trying to work in partnership with the other people with similar diseases to make sure that the future is as bright as possible for our kids. That's the whole point of this exercise. So, all that good work. What can you do? How can you help? Oh, the other thing that happened this week, I want to talk about this. Yesterday, we had a webinar with 3 people, Professor Dahlman, Dr. Andres Jimenez, and Dr. Moshiri, who are working in partnership to do GI studies and have a GI study for SynGAP and SHANK3 patients, I think it is, looking at gut motility. So how fast does food and poop move through our kids? And the answer is not fast enough. And then how do we fix that? Well, that's what they're working on. And it was an exceptional webinar, and you can learn a lot from it that you could use tomorrow. It's not on our website yet. It is on our Facebook because we live streamed it. I'll tell you next week that it's up, hopefully. Thank you very much, Peter, for all your help on the videos. And yeah, really exciting webinar yesterday about gut, and there's a study you can do and a way you can participate to learn more about your son or daughter or sister's gut motility. It's pretty exciting. 3 more things. One more thing. SynGAP.fund/clicks. SynGAP.fund/clicks. Go ahead and type that in. SynGAP.fund/clicks. That's a little digital checklist for you. 11 ways that you can effortlessly support SRF by liking various things, giving us reviews in various places, and I want to call your attention to number 11, which would be SynGAP.fund/docs. And that is an opportunity for you to share your physician's name and location. That's it. Hey, I see this neurologist, this pediatrician, this gastroenterologist, this PT, and they see my SynGAPian. And why do we want that? Because there's more SynGAPians diagnosed every single week. Every single week. We keep getting them. And they ask us, where can I go? Where is there a doctor who can spell SynGAP, who knows what they're talking about? And we used to just do this because we were small, but we're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. There's more and more patients, and we need to get organized. So if you're seeing people who understand what SynGAP is and are pretty good at helping your loved one, let us know their names so we can put them on a map and share that information. 2 more things, then I'm done. SynGAP.fund/WED, W-E-D. That is a short link to our Zoom meeting on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific. SynGAP.fund/WED for Wednesday. Wednesdays at 5 Pacific, so 8 Eastern, you would type that in and you will end up in a meeting with a bunch of SynGAP parents talking about what's going on and supporting each other. It's incredible every week. And if there's too many people, the magic of Zoom, we just make smaller meetings. So please consider joining us some Wednesday. They're incredible conversations. People always come out better for it and feeling better and not alone. Last but not least, if you want to do more, let me know. There's so many opportunities to work with SRF and to make things better for people with SYNGAP1. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful week, and see you tomorrow at Sprint for SYNGAP. Yay!